Okay, time to talk about 2005 Best Animated Film Oscar winners and nominees. Now, this time there's only 3, which I actually think at some point in time they went to 5, but still we're in the 3 stage. So I don't know why they just... Anyway, let's get to the nominees. There's Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Corpse Bride, and Howl's Moving Castle. And the winner was the Wallace and Gromit movie. Yeah, really? I'm in disagreement, in case you haven't figured this out. Don't get me wrong, Wallace and Gromit is a fun film, but I just don't think it deserves to be the best animated film of the year. And I've said this about Aardman before, their films are often very good. Well, actually, their later films really only have a few good gags in them, and that's pretty much about it. I do, of course, appreciate the style of claymation, and of course, Wallace and Gromit was a pioneer for this, with several of its shorter films, which I believe have won Oscars for Best Animated Short Films. So I guess it was a matter of time before they moved up to a full hour-and-a-half one, but Anyway, so I would have chosen Howl's Moving Castle. This is a film I remember watching with my kids, thinking like, oh, they might like this, and who knows, you know, when you've got kids that are that young and they're running rampant, and you kind of want to slow down, sometimes you just put in a movie, and sometimes it doesn't even matter what the movie is. I did not expect my firstborn to love this film as much as they did, and that, I think, is pretty amazing. And I've watched this film several times, and it's one of those films in which, like, I'm not really certain all the events are really happening in it. This is one of those films in which, like, you actually have to listen to background characters talk about plot elements to actually figure out what is even going on in this film. And even then, I'm not even sure if I've even got this right. Studio Ghibli films can be like this sometimes, very confusing and stuff like that. But the visuals in this film, I think, really make up for this, and there's a lot going on that's really interesting in this film, so yeah. So, Corpse Bride, was that really nominated? I guess it was. This is one of those films I think I've watched again, and I think I do gain a greater appreciation of it. It's definitely trying something different. It should not be a film that's targeted for kids in any way, and I think it's like designed to be kind of this sort of, I don't know. It's definitely a Tim Burton style film. I don't think he directed it. I think the same guy that did Nightmare Before Christmas did it. And yeah, it's I didn't really expect a film that talks about arranged marriage to have a character actually like the person that they were arranged to marry on this one. This is a film that deals with abuse and other very dark subject matter, and I like its kind of black and white style, and then taking the afterlife, showing it as full of color and life. Very interesting concept for a film, but I'll say, you know what, let's give it an Oscar nomination. What the heck. Now, certain films got passed over, and I think it's unfair. Madagascar should have at least been nominated. I like Madagascar. It is a very fun film. At first, I didn't really think in any deep theme, but the more that I watch it, the more I think that it actually has a really theme about how even though you probably shouldn't be friends, sometimes you are friends. And I think that's really about what this series is really about. And yeah, they've made a few more of them, and I don't know. Maybe it's... some of these things get to have diminishing returns. So, I know some people might not like the suggestion, but I like the film Hoodwinked, okay? I know its animation isn't very great. I like the way it's telling its story of using the Little Red Riding Hood and essentially telling it like a detective story where you have, or telling one of those stories where you have like one person tells it from their point of view, and then you see it from another person's point of view, and then you see what's going on in this. It has a sucky sequel, but I actually really enjoy this film a lot, and I actually think it should have been nominated for an Oscar. Okay, I'm going to say it. You can at me at the comments on that. Not a good year for Disney and its animated films. This is the year they released Valiant, a film about pigeons in World War II, and did I see this? I'm pretty sure I did. I barely remember any of it. But of course, there is Chicken Little, which goes in the annals of animation infamy, and this film really sucked. So neither Valiant nor Chicken Little deserved an Oscar, so yeah, or a nomination. Anyway, I'm surprised Robots didn't make that cut. Robots is a really interesting film that, yeah, I'm surprised how old it is. It's kind of fun. I really like its style, and I like its look. I think it does have a great point about see a need, fill a need, and I think there's a lot that can be done with that. And so yeah, surprised. Another thing I'm surprised didn't get nominated is the film 9. This is a film that is super creepy that this is one of those, here's the thing about animation. We still have this thing that animation is for kids. So every once in a while someone tries to put out a very mature animated film and they slap a PG-13 on it because I think they cut it down. I feel like 9 has very R-rated material and it's dealing with the idea of fascism and its effect on society. And I think, and the world it takes place in is very odd and unusual, but good and extremely imaginative. So you should watch this film if you haven't watched it. Anyway, so next time we're going to talk about the 2004 Best Animated Oscar nominations and winner. Yeah.